A very good morning to all our viewers. You've tuned into the morning show on CNN News 18. I'm Koina Sharma and I'll take you through all the latest news and updates from in and around the world. But today, first up, we are discussing the state of Manipur, where the situation continues to remain tense. Fresh firing has left 3 killed and other 2 injured near Imphaal's cocaine village. Now, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is also the Northeast Democratic Alliance convener, is slated to visit the violence state today. He will meet with the Chief Minister of Manipur N Biren Singh and other MLAs regarding the issue leading to large-scale violence in the state, which has been witnessed since 3rd May. Remember, the protesters have time and again demanded justice and said that they don't trust the Chief Minister and his cabinet. Now, political leaders of both the BJP and the Congress have been attacked as well. Let's take a look at some of the footages. Well, we are now shifting our focus to the Karnataka row, where the political war over freebies continues. Now, Union Minister Pralhad Joshi has also launched a scathing attack on Chief Minister Siddaramaiah over the Anna Bhagya scheme. Joshi has asked the Chief Minister to clarify to the people that out of the 10 kgs of rice that's being provided to the people of the state, 5 kgs of it is already being provided by the union government. Now, Pralhad Joshi further told Siddaramaiah to either reject the rice being provided by union government or provide 15 kgs of free rice to the people of Karnataka. Let's take a look at what had the politician to say.
ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಸಿಗಲಾರದಂತೆ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಹುನ್ನಾರ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ಕಿಯನ್ನು ಲಾಂಚ್ ಕೊಡೋದಂತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನಭಾಗ್ಯ ಗ್ಯಾರಂಟಿಯನ್ನು 10 kg ಇದ್ದು ನಾನು ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರಿಗೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನೀವು 5 kg ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿದೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫುಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಬೇಡ, ನಾನೇ 10 kg ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲ 15 kg ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಸುಳ್ಳು ಹೇಳಿ ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇವತ್ತು ಕಳೆದ 3 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ 5 kg ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಮರೆಮಾಚಿ ರಾಜ್ಯ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಕೇವಲ 5 kg.
Well, continuing to talk about Karnataka, the ruling Congress and the opposition BJP continue to lock horns over the revision of textbook content in the school curriculums. Now, the Congress yesterday said that it cannot allow lessons on RSS founder KB Hedegawar, leading to a massive war of words with the BJP. Now, Karnataka's Higher Education Minister MC Sudhakar also spoke exclusively with CNN News 18 and said that the government will not communalize the youth and it will instead carry forward the ideas of Mahatma Gandhi. Let's take a look at what he had to say.
A lot of debate and discussion around what happens with NEP. You've had multiple rounds of discussions with VCs and others in the higher education department. Where does it stand today, sir?
See, in our manifesto, we have mentioned about NEP being replaced by State Education Policy, SEP. So already the previous government has implemented NEP 2 years ago, and the students have completed 2 years, and now they're entering the third phase, the 3rd year now. So we are going into the depth of the whole policy. So once all this process is completed, then keeping the student community's interest in mind, that is our utmost importance. See, already our primary and secondary education minister, they have taken a call on this, and they have formed a committee to revise the syllabus, and that committee is going to give the report, and then they will take it forward. See, there are a lot of ideological differences between BJP and our party, Congress party. We are more secular in our approach. So somewhere we feel we want to carry forward the main idea of Mahatma Gandhi to make this country a secular country. So we don't want to spoil our youth with communal feelings. We want them to be secular. We are all nationalists. We take pride being Indians.
We should have stories about people who have really contributed to the building of the nation, who have fought for them. If you talk about freedom struggle, those who participated in the freedom struggle, that period, who are the important people? So it should be, that should be the history should reflect that, not your personal choices, not who you idolize. That is not correct. So what the BJP has done is try to infuse their ideological issues into textbooks, which is not correct. Children should have an open mind. Facts should be placed before them, and they should not be guided. Trying to guide a young person's mind towards a particular ideology is not good. So Congress party will have to look at it very seriously.
ಹೆಡ್ಗೇವಾರು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಸಾಬೀತು ಮಾಡಲಿ. ಈ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆ ಕೋರಿದಂಥ ಈ ನಕಲಿ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರಿಗೆ ಅವರು ಮಾನ್ಯತೆ ನೀಡಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಗೋಡ್ಸೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಭಕ್ತ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ಇವರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಭಕ್ತಿಗೂ ಜನಸಾಮಾನ್ಯರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಭಕ್ತಿಗೂ ಬಹಳ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ಜನ, ಸಾವಿರಾರು ಜನ ಪ್ರಾಣತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಕೊಟ್ಟವ್ರಿಗೆ ಅಪಮಾನ ಮಾಡ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಲ್ಲದೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಯವರಾಗಲಿ, ಸಂಘ ಪರಿವಾರದವರಾಗಲಿ, ಹೆಡ್ಗೇವಾರ್ ಅವರು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರು ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆ ಪತ್ರ 6 ಬಾರಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಭಾಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರದ್ದೇ ಆದ ಗ್ರಂಥಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಚಿತ್ರಗುಪ್ತ ಅಂತ ಅವರೇ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರಿಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಂಥ ರಣಹಿಡಿಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಪಠ್ಯಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ.
ಯಾವ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಚಕ್ರವರ್ತಿ ಸೂಲಿಬೆಲೆ ಅದು ಪಾಠ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಅವ್ನು ಯಾವ PhD ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಭಾಷಣಕಾರರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಇದು ಲೇಖಕರು ಮಾಡಿ ಸಾಹಿತಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಪಠ್ಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಓದಬೇಕಾ? ಏನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರ ಬಂದಿದ್ಯಾ? ಹೂ ಆರ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್? ವಾಟ್ಸ್ಆ್ಯಪ್ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ವೈಸ್ ಚಾನ್ಸಲರ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಪಠ್ಯ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದು ಏನೋ ಪಾಠ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕರೆದು ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಭವಿಷ್ಯ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? ಚಕ್ರವರ್ತಿ ಸೂಲಿಬೆಲೆ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು ಪಾಠ ನಮ್ಮ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವರು ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹಿಮ್? ಹೌದು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಕೇಸರೀಕರಣ ಇದೆ, ಯಾವ್ದಾವ್ದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದೆಲ್ಲಾನು ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಓದ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್? ನನಗೇನು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಇದೆ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯದ್ದು?
Bharatiya Janata Party lost the election very badly and they are confused what to do next. So they want to create some atmosphere so that there's, float at least. Let us see. No, it is a process. See, it takes time. It's not overnight. Nobody can change the textbooks and nobody can take decisions. The consultation will happen. The minister has said he will consult and it will take some time. And what they have done, not in the interest of the people of the state, we are trying to do with the interest of the people of the state.
Well, CNN News 18's managing editor Zaka Jacob exclusively spoke to BJP MLA Ashwath Narayan over the textbook revision matter. Let's listen in.
The government now saying, Dr. Narayan, that they're going to have a rethink on these textbooks, particularly the chapters that are there on Dr. K.B. Hedgewar, the founder of the RSS. The Congress government claims that Dr. Hedgewar was not a freedom fighter and that this chapter in this particular history textbook is for freedom fighters. So why should he be featured? Because he never fought in the independence movement.
Congress party is not a party to certify who is a freedom fighter. Dr. Hedgewar is a freedom fighter. It is a very well-known fact. He has fought for the freedom of our country. And he is a true nationalist, a true patriot, who was responsible and given an immense contribution for the nation building. In the process of nation building with a lot of diversity in languages, in culture, in religion, in traditions. With all these challenges, RSS, Rashtriya Swayam Seva Sangha, has contributed immensely for the nation building, and the founder, our Hegdevar, has given immense contribution. And we need to respect, we need to know about Dr. Hegdevar. And this kind of hatred politics by Congress really condemnable. People would like to know more about Hegdevar. They are more, this Congress party is always into divisive politics, hatred politics. They always create confusion among the people. They come out with biased statements, biased versions. So I condemn their complete approach. Removing Dr. Hegdevar's lesson from the textbook is really condemnable, and Congress party has shown its true colors.
But Dr.
Time
Ashwin
and
Narayan,
again.
what the
We'll
Congress,
fight it back,
what
and
the
we'll show
current
them.
state government is saying is that it is not them who's tinkering with history textbooks. It's actually the BJP that did that. When you were in power, you dropped chapters on Tipu, you included chapters on Savarkar, Hedgewar, that you are the ones who are actually changing history textbooks. You are putting up a revised version of history or a revisionist version of history. What the Congress is saying is that they are only correcting it to back to what it used to be before.
What should have been in the textbook, it was not there. The leftists, they have been guided by the leftists. They have time and again, they want to know more about the Mughals. They want to know about those invaders, not about the people who have built this country in this century. The people who have contributed and whom you have seen in the present modern history, we need to know about them.
Well, moving our focus to the state of West Bengal. After the announcement of poll dates for the Panchayat elections of West Bengal, a fresh political face-off has erupted between the TMC and BJP. Now, Bengal BJP chief Sukanta Majumdar has alleged that TMC is threatening their candidates who are contesting, while the TMC has hit back at the BJP saying that they're resorting to these tactics as they don't even have any candidates to field for the Panchayat polls. Now, amid the face-off, the Calcutta High Court has stepped in, asking the State Election Commission to release the election calendar. Now, in a shocking incident, one Congress worker was killed in Murshidabad, and locals say that miscreants were responsible for this. Let's take a look at some of the political reactions on this story.
You see what has happened. BJP in Bengal is basically a bankrupt political party. They don't have any base. They don't have the people's support. And that is why every time whenever there is an election, they go to the court and they want central force and they want the nomination papers to be filed online. If you have base, if you have your organization, what is the fear? You accept the challenge, you contest the election. But problem is you don't have the organization and neither you have the people's support. So that is why you rely on court, you rely on central agencies and you rely on central forces.
ম্যাডাম তৃণমূলের দালালি করছে আমি নির্বাচন কমিশনের কাছে আমার অনুরোধ আই রেসপেক্ট টু মাই অল ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গল পাবলিক প্লিজ সি ইট যে আপনার নির্বাচন এরা করতে দেবে না যতই চেষ্টা করুন বাংলার মানুষকে ভোট দিতে দেবে না
While we are quickly slipping into a short break, we'll be right back. Stay tuned with us.
Inspiration from both sides, because I haven't quite seen something like this, blasting a dam and putting cities under flood waters in some time.
Let me just say, I don't know who did it, and I've read extensively on the issue, and you can make an argument that there were some reasons for the Ukrainians to do it and some reasons for the Russians to do it. So through pure deduction, it's hard to say who did it or who is likely to have done it. I don't see how either side gains any major military advantage from blowing up this dam. So I don't think that it's going to have much effect on the course of the battle. But what it illustrates to me is what a total disaster this war is for Ukraine. I argued before the war started that the United States and its allies should go to great lengths to prevent this war, in large part because once it started, the Russians would go to great lengths to wreck Ukraine, to turn it into a dysfunctional rump state. And if you look at what's happening to Ukraine today, it's just absolutely horrible. It's an utter disaster. And it just gets worse and worse as the war escalates. And by the way, the dam coming unglued is evidence of escalation at play. We should expect more events of this sort moving forward. But as to who did it and why they did it, it's just not clear at all.
I also want to talk to you a little bit about this story around the Nord Stream pipelines, which were blasted away last year. Now there is new reporting from the Washington Post, which seems to suggest that the Biden administration, through its intelligence agencies, was in the loop that pro-Ukraine groups were going to carry this out. This is in addition to the story that came out a few months ago, which suggested that contrary to what some journalists like Mr. Seymour Hersh have been reporting, that U.S. military operations groups or special operations groups that carried this out, but this was pro-Ukrainian groups who were behind that. I'm just curious to know what you think of this whole mystery around who blew up the Nord Stream pipelines.
Well, as you point out, there are really two stories that are floating around now. One is identified with Cy Hersh, and that's the argument that the Americans did it. And Cy Hersh, who talked to people on the inside, seemed to have lots of hard evidence from talking to insiders that the Americans did it. Then a number of people began to make the argument, and you saw this in news outlets in both the United States and Germany. And
lights.
Hello and welcome back. You're watching CNN News 18. Now we're moving our focus to the state of Uttar Pradesh, where after busting the conversion racket via online gaming in Uttar Pradesh, Ghaziabad, the UP has widened its investigation to nab the key accused, Shahnawaz Khan, who continues to be on the run. Now, the ongoing probe has led the police to Maharashtra's Thane, where they have initiated the process of freezing the bank accounts of Shahnawaz. Now, as per the police sources, Khan holds an account at Kotak Bank where he had a balance of rupees 19,000.
There is a lot of interest growing over the new modus operandi that has been unearthed by the Ghaziabad police, in which kids were actually being converted to Islam through online games and social media apps. To talk more on this, I'm joined by Nipun Agarwal. Sir, where has the investigation reached now? And the main accused, Paddu, he's still at large. How close is the Ghaziabad police to nabbing him?
As soon as the FIR was registered, we formed a special team, dedicated team. We had sent it to Thane, Mumbai. Another team was sent to various states to record the statement of the minor converted children. We'll be arresting Baddo very soon.
Sir, how many kids have come up till now? There was a few reports that the number could go up in hundreds. Is that report correct, or what has been found in the investigation till now?
Till now, there are 5 minor converts. One is from Jain community. The other one is, the others are from Hindu community.
Do you think this entire nexus could go international, sir? Are there international connections in this entire nexus that you have got hold of?
Obviously, we are our digital surveillance team is working on it. We have the mobile phones and the laptops which we have. So our team would be working on it, and there might be some international connection as well.
Well, moving our focus, CNN News 18's Anand Narasimhan spoke to Minister of State for Skill Development, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, about how Digital India has made the entire country a part of the tech economy. Let's listen in.
Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, namaste. Namaste. So let me first ask you, it says from lost decade to India decade. So the biggest story is the India stack. Right. So at a time when telecom and IT was seen as a base for scams, to a day when we are seeing about 14 trillion rupees worth of transactions per month. खुश तो बहुत होंगे आप.
हम खुश बहुत हैं. हम ही नहीं खुश हैं. I think the whole country is very happy. And I think certainly one of the things that the Prime Minister has done and my colleagues have been speaking for the last few days about other ministries as well, is that he has really brought a sense of purpose and urgency and excitement to the hundreds and thousands of young Indians who are now active participants in this whole tech economy. Like you correctly said, pre-2014, the narrative about tech was which is the 2G scam or the Antrix Deva scam, or is it BSNL going bankrupt, or is it investors running away like Nokia, Telenor, Etisalat. That was really the narrative around the tech, unfortunately, because the same Indians, the same young Indians were Indians there then as well. But post 2014, the way the Honorable Prime Minister has harnessed technology to address some of the really deep-rooted problems of corruption, of money leakages from government subsidies, and at the same time creating this innovation ecosystem that the world is today looking at with awe and respect, with thousands and hundreds of thousands of young Indians, is certainly a journey that is a long journey in the last 9 years, but a lot of deep thinking, visioning and hard work by our Prime Minister.
But is it celebrating too early, let me ask you, or is it just focusing on what's good and trying to hide out what's not being thought about?
No,
that's one of the criticisms.
Look, I think criticism is always welcome, and I think good critique and criticism about what we have not done as opposed to what we could have done better is always welcome. But I think nobody today who looks at India dispassionately and with a sense of independent assessment will ever conclude anything but the fact that the last 9 years have been transformative for the country in general, but for the tech economy and the digital economy in particular. And the statistics, the numbers, the energy, the proof of the pudding, if you want to call it, is there for everybody to see. So there is no such thing as celebrating prematurely, because every big milestone, unlike Rahul Gandhi, who does not like to celebrate anything Indian, we are people who believe that every success we should celebrate. And that celebration of that success should in turn spark and catalyze more successes, more momentum and more growth and more opportunities for our young Indians.
But the government is already celebrating the successes. The job of the opposition is to also call out the funding winter. The fact that an open AI or an AI-based tech will also lead to loss of jobs. So there is unemployment.
I don't think anybody, Anand, today worries about or is concerned about genuine criticism or even constructive criticism, or even saying, look, this government is not doing as much as it should do in this particular opportunity. But that is not what the opposition is doing. As you know, the opposition is doing something which is very, very strange, which is that as the world celebrates India, as President Biden embraces and treats our Prime Minister with respect, which is really a sign that he's treating India with respect, as people and economies all around the world, including tens of governments want to adopt the India stack. Every leader in the world, including multilateral agencies, recognize the power of UPI and the innovation behind it. That you still have the opposition saying, no, there is no democracy, there is no judiciary, there is no media, there is no good, there is no progress, there is no economic growth. You have to be spectacularly blind to the reality, or you just have to be a cussed politician to today deny what is happening in India.
Well, it's a wrap from my side. Stay tuned to CNN News 18 for more news and updates. Thanks for watching.